Establish truth and analyze human nature, the three souls of a person. Second, the soul governs the learning, awareness, and perceptions of humans in the living environment of the world, corresponding to the awareness and feelings of form, talent, energy, achievement, fame, fortune, material, and emotional consciousness in the world. The soul is habit. The Chinese sage Gaozi said human nature can be good or evil, referring to habit, which is the soul. The saying, being near vermilion makes you red, being near ink makes you black, refers to the influence of the environment and learning on the perceptive soul. The perceptive soul dominates after birth, except during infancy when the survival soul leads. In other periods, the perceptive soul's role, function, and perception take precedence. Regarding fame and profit in human life, such as who becomes president, dean, minister, principal, professor, doctor, CEO, chairman, general manager, etc., these names and whether this person is wealthy or poor, lives in a mansion or a small apartment, earns a lot of money, or the level of annual income, are all perceived and felt by a person's conscious soul through their experiences and learning in the world. The so-called 6 relations, ethics, relatives, friends, etiquette, and social norms in human society are also learned, perceived, and felt by the perceptive soul. Therefore, the soul is a habit capable of learning good as well as evil. Depending on the environment, education, and the innate spiritual guidance within the soul, it may lead to awareness towards goodness or incline towards evil, relying on the combined effects mentioned above. When a person dies, the living soul perishes, leaving the conscious soul and the spiritual soul. Those who transcend life and death, once the conscious soul dissipates, only the spirituality of the soul remains, entering the holy path of the innate color realm, entering the divine path in the heavens. The living soul aspect of the conscious soul and spiritual soul unites and enters the divine position. Therefore, celestial beings in the heavens still carry the acquired habits of the conscious soul and continue to cultivate in the heavens. When a group of people die and continue in the cycle of reincarnation, the soul waits for judgment in the underworld. The soul attaches to ancestral tablets, graves, or columbariums in the human world. If none of these exist, it becomes a wandering ghost hiding in dark places. Therefore, in the human world, the perceptive soul still retains all the awareness and feelings learned from the corresponding worldly relationships, social connections, and views on fame and fortune. Therefore, in terms of spiritual cultivation and practice, aside from primarily eliminating the aforementioned 10 evils of the human soul, the other main focus is to align everything you have learned, seen, and perceived over lifetimes with the way, removing all habits that deviate from the innate way. For example, eliminating the 3 minds, leaving the 4 directions, removing the 7 emotions, and cutting off the 6 desires are all about removing the habits learned, seen, perceived, and felt in this earthly world that deviate from the innate path. This is also the most challenging practice and state to achieve. Human life in the world, what is seen, perceived, learned, and felt, mainly relies on our body's organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. These 6 faculties interact with the external environment to produce the 6 senses: visual consciousness, auditory consciousness, olfactory consciousness, gustatory consciousness, tactile consciousness, and mental consciousness. Therefore, if you wish to meditate and rest, and you cannot close off the outward projection of these 6 senses, you will not be able to achieve tranquility, let alone enter a state of deep meditation. Therefore, my master, Teacher Li Ruili from Yilan, stated in the Great Tao Golden Elixir, to cultivate into a great lure celestial the so-called refining of the Golden Elixir, one must refine sound into awareness, abandon inherent evils, cut off the 10 evils and 8 deviations, then refine awareness into spirit, eliminate bad habits, diligently practice the path of goodness, abandon the 7 emotions and 6 desires, clear the 3 minds and 4 appearances, refine until returning to emptiness, with nothing in the heart, and all is void. When the 3 souls transform into the 3 pure ones, the life soul, awareness soul, and spirit soul bloom like flowers on grass, first forming seeds and gathering at the top, converging at the mysterious pass. Hence it is said, 3 flowers gather at the top.